Stars advances. SKT loses. Stars loses. STX advances. It's pretty sick. It's pretty sick. So yeah, a lot is hinging on these matches. I'm actually eagerly awaiting SKT to like drop the ball and lose the ace. So I think that would just be absolutely hilarious. Not that I really hold any ill will towards SKT or anything. I just think it would be very funny. And I do like amusement in the form of SKT losing. So the first game is going to be Pretty, aka Free, playing for Woongjin Stars. I will actually call him Pretty. Actually, no. That's just gonna be weird during the cast. I actually kind of feel bad for these SC2 caster guys. Like imagine if Free was playing in WCS and they have to keep calling him Pretty. Oh man, that'd be horrible. See, at least me, cause I don't have any sponsors. I don't have any people that I need to appease, so I can just do whatever I want. Just call him whatever I want. I could give him a completely random, nonsensical name, and none of you could do anything about it. It's awesome. Anyway, he's gonna be playing against Action here, PVZ to start off the day. Action is apparently 2-0 in ZVP, which is quite interesting. Historically, not his best matchup, but he actually did quite well in ZVP last season as well. So, okay, I guess it's kind of cool. Both of them about 50% overall. Basically, just kind of standard. Nothing too notable about either of these guys. Anyway, I apologize in advance for any shoddy casting, shall we say. Here, hold on, let me get a fork. I have some leftover potatoes that I was cooking for dinner yesterday, so I just like put them in the microwave. So that's gonna be my breakfast. Anyway, yes, what was I saying? Oh yeah, if the casting quality is lower than usual, then it's all my fault. I'm a terrible person. So, in the top left corner as the Red Protoss, we have Pretty GM, aka Free, who splits his probes kind of funny. That probe should probably go on that patch, but whatever. Anyway, in the bottom right corner, as the blue Zerg, we will have Action, playing for KT Rolster. KT Rolster, of course, already dropped the ball and lost to Air Force Ace in their last match, which is why they're not in the running for the playoffs. Otherwise, today's match might actually even be more exciting, because if they had beaten Ace, they'd probably still have a possibility to make the playoffs, depending on today's two matches. But I think things are exciting enough as they are. And whoa, what the? Oh, looks like there's a banner for Violet. May he rest in peace. Anyway. Yeah, I always feel weird saying rest in peace, because like when I was a little kid and I saw that for the first time, like RIP, RIP somebody, I didn't get it, so I thought it was just kind of like a joke or something. So like my first impression of rest in peace was that it was not serious, but apparently it actually is. So now I just feel weird when I see it. I'm just like, oh, I have memories to when I was a silly little kid. Anyway. So there's going to be a tech play here, and I like that. I'm glad he's not 2-gating, because that would make me very sad. 10-12 gate is not really an optimal strategy anymore. I don't think it ever was, actually, but yeah, forge pass expand ideal. 1-gate tech like this can work when you catch your opponent off guard. I'm interested to see what he does. Of course, on this map, in fact, Jangbi, they're like really happy about getting that curry. They're probably like starving students or something. They've only had ramen for the last 6 months, so the fact that they get to eat like curry, even though it's instant curry, or I presume that's just instant curry, just is making them super happy. Anyway, yeah, Jangbi, of course, in his OSL semifinal match against Zero, actually did a 1-gate tech play, which turned out to be 2 gates straight Dark Templars. But no, it looks like we are just going to have a Stargate here from Free, and I think that's the more common choice. I definitely think going for this, the Corsair is the more common choice, because you can actually like do a Corsair DT expand off just one base. So kind of switch the order a bit. You know, a lot of times you'll go for Forge Fast Expand and then go Corsair DT mid game. But this kind of mixes up the order a little bit. So you go for just one Corsair, because all you really need to do is kill the Overlord that's like outside your natural. So you just get one Corsair, get 1 or 2 DTs, depending how many you want, and then you can expand. And it's very, very safe because he's not going to have Overlord speed for a very long time. So that DT will essentially just give you full map control, and then you get your expansion up. And then you just put down some cannons, get high Templars, and all that good jazz. Yeah, now I don't think Action is even is even aware of this one base play yet. Now he's going to be aware of it. He's already taken a 3rd base there at the top right, natural. I don't think he'll cancel it. Zergs seem to be okay with just keeping the 3rd base upon seeing like one base play from Protoss. Even though I think ideally when you see the one base play, you just stay on your 2 bases, because you don't need 3 bases if he's only on 1, right? And it makes things just a little bit harder to defend. And here we go, the initial Zealot and Dragoon coming in here. This is almost like a StarCraft 2 type, Zealot Stalker poke. But it looks like one drone is going to get taken down before some links come out. Of course, Action didn't make too many links initially, but whoa, one link sneaking into the main, almost getting that probe kill actually, causing a bit of disruption on that gas mining. You know, it looks like additional Corsairs are coming out here. No, actually, no, I could have sworn that. Okay, no, he did make just one more Corsair, so he made 2 Corsairs and is now getting a Forge, getting ready to expand. But this Dragoon poke is not going to go too well now with these links out, although I think the Dragoon should be able to escape. Yeah, because there's no link speed yet. And Hydras have popped out as well to defend against the Corsair. There is no Citadel, so he's actually not going to get DTs. He's just getting Corsairs so far, which concerns me a little bit, because now he can't really take his expansion anymore. He doesn't have map control, so I don't really know what the plan is. I actually don't understand what the idea is here. And it looks like Action can throw away a few links on the ramp. That's alright. Aw, cuties. Man, that's making me really hungry. I have like this plate of potatoes next to me and I just can't eat. So I'm just keep talking. Blah 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 blah. Anyway, looks like +1 is on the way. And this lack of expansion is really, really concerning me. Is he just gonna go all in off one base? That would just be terrible. That would actually be horrible. I would just oh god, he's cannoning this off his ramp. Oh god, this sucks. This is why one base play is terrible. This is why you should just Forge Fast Expand every game. Like don't try to be fancy. Don't think like, oh, I'll be really cool, I'll be like Jangbi, you know, I can mass DTs or something. No, you're not Jangbi. Alright, just play a normal game and don't be bad. So he's now finally taking his Nexus while still harassing by these Corsairs. The Lings do see it, so Action knows exactly what's up. Look at this, he's already got Overlord speed. He was probably expecting Dark Templars as well, but as I said, you know, Free didn't decide to go for that. Of course, the Overlord speed is still useful anyway, because when he moves his Hydras out to go attack this, he obviously doesn't want to leave all his Overlords behind to die to the Corsairs, so he'll probably bring most of his Overlords with him. Or alternatively, he'll actually just have to leave a few Hydras at home to defend them. And Free has actually just stopped mining gas entirely because he's banked 720 gas. And that's partly what happens when you don't make a Templar Archives, because Templar Archives is the best gas dump, I'm pretty sure, like, of all the races. That's one of the reasons I love playing Protoss, because oftentimes, like in the late game or something, or various points in the game, you end up with a little bit of stockpile of gas, so you're just like, well, let's make a round of High Templar and take care of that problem. And of course, High Templar are wonderful, wonderful units, so that's quite nice. Anyway. Still just staying on these 2 Corsairs, not going to go crazy. You know, they are poking these Overlords a bit, but not killing anything, but more important than that, they're giving Free a full scout. And I think that's really their main purpose. Like, they're not really supposed to kill too many Overlords at this point with all these Hydras out. But as long as they're showing Free exactly what's going on, the timing of the tech, how many units are coming out, like seeing all these, seeing the additional hatcheries in the lair and whatnot, he knows, obviously it's not any kind of crazy Hydra all-in, so it doesn't have to go overboard with the cannons. If it actually was a Hydra all-in, I'm actually curious how Free would defend it, because that Temple Archives has just started, and Zealots and cannons are nice. But if you make enough Hydras, they just don't really do anything anymore, so I'm a little bit curious. Like, if he scouted 3-hatch Hydra bust, I'm not sure how you react to that. I guess just make 1,000,000 cannons. Anyway. Looks like we got some creeps going up at the front. The SimCity is not very good for action in its natural. Didn't really design the base to SimCity up. Ooh, wait, were those lurkers? Yeah, okay, so this Zealot attack's gonna do nothing. Nope. Go away. Ah, silly Zealots. You can't attack there. So having gone for those fast lurkers makes me think that action is going to go for a much more turtley style here. I think I actually see something already at the top right main. Presumably a drone to make a hatchery, a 4th base for action. So basically just going to rely on these lurkers to defend for a little bit. And just drone up a bit more, play a little bit more greedy. Yep, there's the hatchery at the top right. So he's going up to 4 bases, while the Protoss is still on his 2 bases. But of course, since he's just got a handful of lurkers, doesn't really have much of a mobile force here. The Protoss is free to take his own 3rd, and as we can see on the minimap, he is sending some units and a probe over to the 9 o'clock base to do just that in response. Yep, and I like this response very much. There's absolutely no need to just try and force your way into one of these bases when the Zerg is assigned to turtle. I actually see a lot of low-level players like post on TL forums and stuff like, how do I beat Turtle Zerg? It's like impossible to break Sunken Lurkers 4. And yeah, I agree, it is very difficult to break this kind of solid Zerg defense as a Protoss. So you can just expand a lot. Because essentially, the principle is, or at least the way I like to play Protoss, is that every Protoss expansion is worth more than a Zerg expansion. If you're on the same number of bases as the Zerg, then you're winning as a Protoss. So if you see the Zerg being super turtley like this, you can just expand a little bit more aggressively than you might otherwise do. Although this could be very, very bad. Oh no, the 2 Corsairs, they're poking an Overlord. They're gonna get Scourged. Oh man, this random High Templar wandering around the map. What are they even doing? I think they just got stuck on a pathing or something. There's 1 cannon in the main, obviously not enough. So the probes are all gonna pull there. Nice probe pull. Cannon is going to go down. I think that cannon actually just killed a Mutalisk though for some reason. I think he was just goofing off, like trying to micro those mutas when he could have just right-clicked it. But anyway, Archon is morphing on the ramp. That's actually going to block his units in for a little bit there. And that random cannon on the ramp. Oh, he might get an Archon shot! No! Nice reaction from Action there. Pulling those mutas back in time. He's going to go back to the main. So this is going to be a bit annoying. Going to deny some mining time. And it's going to be kind of difficult for this Archon to actually catch these. He's got to really be careful with his courses as well. I'm pretty sure he just lost one. Nope, actually somehow those Scourge didn't hit. Anyway, 3rd base, now going to be under attack. See, the thing is, the problem with the Archons is they don't really have good range. And they're not really that movable, like they're really big and clunky. So it's kind of hard to maneuver them around a bit. As you can see, he's like just now coming in. So the Archon is there like to cover the Corsairs. So even if 2 Corsairs by themselves won't really touch that Mutaflock. Whoa, he's only got 2 left. All right, that Archon hit did a lot. He's still losing so many probes. I look at Free, he's just like, god damn it. Mutal. Yeah, but in those kinds of situations, you really want to. The Corsairs are actually, I think, far more important than the Archon. Because the Corsairs give you the range attack, so you just kind of have your Corsairs poking around, and then when he tries to like scourge your Corsairs or go and dive with the mutas and get your Corsairs, then your Archon's underneath and just slashes them to pieces. He's actually gone for a support bay here. I didn't even know he had a robo yet. Where's his robo? He's also mining that gas with like 12 probes. Okay, maybe not that many. Oh man, Harm is so mean to me in the chat. I see you BMing me. Anyway, Action has actually continued the muta production, which is actually not that common. I mean, I was even saying yesterday in one of the games where who was playing? Some terrible Protoss. I think it was Tyson. where the Zerg went for mutas and like killed a bunch of stuff and sniped a bunch of High Templar and probes, and then lost the mutas, and then he made a Dark Archon. And I was like, well, usually the Zerg actually doesn't make a second group of mutas, because that's actually becomes just decreasingly efficient here. And as you can see, yeah, there's a lot of Dragoons now. There's no cannon in the main, so this is actually still going to do a little bit of damage. And it's possible that Action has decided to make the second group of muta because he knows that the Protoss is a little bit spread out, having gone for that relatively quick third base. So that's why he feels comfortable doing this, and he already did a lot of damage earlier on. So, wow, this is like so much randomness going on here. Free just can't really keep up here on the multitask, it seems. A lot of idle probes there, a lot of random units floating around, just a lot of gas not being mined. Oh god, a lot of High Templar going down. Does he have Storm on those? He just storm it! Oh man, I think he didn't have Storm. He's gonna keep those last two High Templar in that shuttle just for protection, but Free is getting torn apart by these mutas, and this is very strange actually, because Action is not particularly known for his muta control. I'm actually quite surprised that this is going on right now. Meanwhile, Action the final map is almost finished. I think this game is actually already over at this point. It's just gonna be a matter of time. I mean, like, you know, just looking at that minimap, you might be like, well, oh wow, Greatest Fire. Huh. That's amusing, but generally Guardians and Devourers are not particularly effective in ZVP. What you can do is, actually looking at the architecture, on the 9 o'clock it looks like you can make a couple of Guardians and just range the back of the mineral lines and be super annoying like that, and Pearls can't kill you without air units. But other than that, like, you don't want to make too many Guardians. Anyway, the Mutaling going into the 9 o'clock here, just going to go after these cannons. There are a lot of cannons actually, and some Zealots coming in here. Muta's going to fly away a little bit, and actually it looks like this is going to be okay. Was there a Reaver drop there or something? Because he got the support bay. I haven't seen a Reaver yet, but something just blew up all those Lings. I don't know. Anyway, that Nexus is going to have to be cancelled. I do not think that was cancelled. And, oh no, he's just going to range the back of the Natural. Oh, that is disgusting. Ew. Yeah, Free's probably just going to leave when that happens. It's going to be like one of those ladder rage quits, just like, friggin' Zerg. Anyway, yeah, Action has just completely dominated this game. Free's army's now moving out on the map. I think that's just going to be an all-in attack by him. If that doesn't actually kill the top right 2 bases, he's just going to lose. He's just going to leave. And even if it kills the top right 2 bases, he could still lose. Because, like, Action's tech is really, really nice. He's got all his hive tech available. Free, you can see on his face, he knows. Like, he can't mine from his natural anymore. 2 of those Guardians should actually go to the 9 o'clock and siege that down. 2 DTs actually sneak up here, but GG from Free, and Action takes game number 1 here in dominating fashion. That like wasn't even close. Free can't believe it. He's like, oh my god, am I really a pro gamer? How did I lose that badly? Damn. Man, Action. What was that?